If I could change anything, I would change everything in 2021. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode here on the Heart to Hearts channel. I am your host, Dwight Hart, and here on this channel, and I say we because I'm talking to you out there, will be discussing different topics on how to find one's true self, how to pursue happiness, food, health, sports, finance, or whatever it is that you may want to talk about that day. This is your one-stop shop for all you jack of all trades out there. Each week, we'll pick a different topic that you, the audience out there, would like to discuss. And here's how we're going to do this. If there's a topic or a subject that I myself am not familiar with, nor anybody in my inner circle, I'm going to call on you, whomever you may be, to be my interviewee for that day, and we'll all learn together here in this community. However, today I am by myself, and for the most part, we'll be discussing self-motivation and how to achieve all the things that you've always dreamed of. Now, if you like what you hear on this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe bell and smash that like button at the bottom. Okay, let's do it. It's 2021, and after the year that we just had, I'm sure you are all ready to get back to normal again, psychologically. And I say that because we aren't going back to normal for a long time. But I do believe there are things that we can do to better ourselves mentally and physically to create positive energy that we can all spread across the world together. So today, here on this first day of 2021, I'm challenging all of you out there to challenge yourself with me and say this: I challenge myself to take complete control over my own thoughts. And let it soak in for a second. I challenge myself to take complete control of my own thoughts. This first concept of mind control, which to me is one of the most powerful lessons that I have ever discovered and put to use. You will be amazed at what the power of one's thoughts can bring them, as far as sickness, health, wealth, and poverty. These first steps to taking control of one's mind are not only one of the most challenging things you can do to better yourself in general, but it is also the most beneficial thing that you can do for yourself. And I get it. Everyday life gets in the way. But at certain points in our life, we all come across a turning point to where we know we have to find a way to better ourselves mentally, physically, and for me, financially, all three of these at one point. And the reason was because when I was 19, my son Elijah was born. Now talk about life on top of all the obstacles going on. And I shortened it and just say life, because we're going to talk about my story on another time on this channel. But I want to just fast forward to my future, to when I really started to listen to my inner self. And I started to recognize I had all the answers I was looking for right here in front of me. I say to those of you out there who have a lot of adversity to overcome, I get it, and keep your head up, and you will make it through this. If you can follow the steps of what we're all learning here together and use those concepts and tools that you already own in your own mind. Or I guess I'm just not teaching the subject well. But at a point, I came to realize different ways of learning. I learned that you can not only learn from school, but I realized that I can learn from everybody around me, my village. So what I did is I created a village when I was very young. I wasn't quite an academic guy, or at least I thought I wasn't. I didn't really like any of the subjects in school, and I didn't like what I was being taught. And as I got older, I realized it's not that I didn't like to learn, it was how and what I was being taught that was turning me off from learning the way that I should have. And as I started to realize my different ways of learning, I started to soak in those concepts and go figure. A few of my favorite musicians have helped me at certain turning points in my life. Now, when I was younger, it was Nas, hands down my favorite MC. Everything about him, his words, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, I mean, you can never go wrong emulating someone who has achieved greatness. Later on for me, when it was time for me to better myself financially and start working for myself, it was Nipsey Hussle on the Mailbox Money album. He talks about things that are going on right now in the world. He was way ahead of his time. And just like many others who have achieved greatness, they're all ahead of their time. And I realized I had this power in my mind too, to see the future. And what I did, I soaked up all the knowledge from my village, which was my family, my friends, musicians, and everybody I worked around on a daily. I would make friends with everyone from my age group of 19 all the way up to the person who's getting ready to retire. And you'd be surprised at all the information and knowledge that I was able to soak up just by being a good listener. And not only being a good listener, but taking that knowledge and going and expanding on it, because that's key. You got to take the knowledge given, you got to get out there and expand on it. And once I did soak up all that knowledge, I turned it into my positive personal energy, which made me feel good and do better for myself. And my positive energy is helping others, helping you out there to succeed and find your goals and complete whatever dreams that you have and show you that you may be able to do it. So I learned very quickly the power of my mind. So when I would be places at work or wherever it may be, I would exude positive energy out there. And I would notice that everybody's around me, morale would get better, and we would all have a positive, productive day. And it works for everybody, all ages, sexes, gender, I don't care what it is, as human beings. If you can power your mind to create a positive atmosphere, you can power your mind to achieve and receive whatever it is that you want within reason. Whether it's career goals or a certain amount of money you want to make or certain luxuries you may want to have. I don't know, you may like nice cars, big houses, whatever. We have things that we all strive to receive. So what I'm going to do here is not only just talk about it, I want to lay out for you what I think are the steps to help you achieve these goals of whatever it is that you may want to achieve. So what I did is I wrote down a list of 5 steps that I think most of us, if we take these steps, it's going to pull you towards your dreams a lot faster. And the first step I have written down is self-affirmation. And for those of you who may not know the definition of self-affirmation, it is the recognition an assertion of the existence and value of one's individual self. Secondly, write it down. Look at it. Say it aloud every day to yourself, whatever your goals may be. Write them down and say them aloud. Third, talk to oneself. Speak positive thoughts into your mind. Whether that's telling yourself every day, I am going to be successful. I will be a millionaire. I will be the next best cook over Gordon Ramsay. I don't know. Whatever it may be, power those positive thoughts into your head. Fourth, pick up literature, read books, listen to podcasts on self-motivation and a positive mindset. And lastly, the fifth step, which to me is the most critical and hardest step to overcome, is to not procrastinate. This for me personally is one of the things that still haunts me, and my goal for this year in 2021 is to jump over that hurdle. I have a few other goals which consist of staying healthy and eating better, and a few career goals and finance goals that I want to create or get next year. I would love to hear everybody's comments on what their goals are for 2021 and how we are all going to get over this year that we just had, this COVID year. Because I truly believe that if we take control of our own minds, psychologically, we can spread positive energy across the world, and that just makes it that much better there until we get normal again. I would love for you guys to just leave some comments below. On this note, I'm going to go ahead and end this brief podcast today. I would like to thank you all for joining me on this episode today, for your time and for your attentiveness. And until the next time I see you, stay blessed, be healthy, and be well. Gone.